guys, so I got this package here, and inside we got the Bradley Kimura 7. So this is a Balisong that came out a couple years ago and has actually been out of production for a while. So I traded one of my signature hot diggities, some autographed stuff, and some stuff to my buddy Grant here, Grant Wright. So shout out to Grant Wright for hooking me up with this, because this was one of those Ballies that, like, back before I was really big into YouTube and stuff, I didn't make a lot of money. I could never afford it. And then by the time I had enough money where I could afford it, it wasn't made anymore. And it was totally random. He just asked if I wanted to trade a YoYo for this Bally, because he never uses it. And I said, hell yeah. So, looks like he gave me a little card. So here, let's check this out. It says, "Hey Dylan, thank you for the trade. Hope you enjoy the knife. On behalf of the YouTube and the YoYo community, thank you for the videos and reviews. Keep throwing and can't wait to see the review on this. Grant." So thank you, Grant, for the nice handwritten card. Hopefully you like everything I sent you. And he packaged this really well. Okay, so just before I even open it, it looks like it's in very good condition, like he didn't use this very much. So this is a Bradley Kimura version 7. So I believe 5, 6, and 7, or maybe even 4 through 7 are all the same handles. They just have different blade styles. Ooh, it's got a nice feel to it. So a little slight tarnishing on the blade, but still, I mean, I can clean that up really easy. Looks like it's just didn't get used enough, like he needs to use it more. So very, very minimal handle play. The specs and everything I put right there. It is a little on the shorter side when you compare it to something like a Max Ace Covenant. This would be more on here, like about the size of, you know, like a 51. Slightly smaller than a 51, actually. Feels really nice though. It does have a really nice feel. It reminds me kind of like the Kershaw Lucha, but definitely nicer, like without a doubt. I gotta play with it a little more. It appears to be pretty sharp out of the box. I mean, this is used. Oh yeah, man, I could use a little sharpening. So I'm gonna sharpen it up a little bit. Yeah, definitely could use a little sharpening. It cuts, but see how it's tearing it actually more than it's cutting it. It has a nice edge though. There's no nicks. The tip hasn't been banged off of it or anything. Looks really nice actually. And I really like this blade style on the 7 model here. It is made in the USA, as you can see right there. So very, very cool. It uses barrel spacers, sandwich style construction. It looks pretty nice. So I'm actually going to go ahead, clean it all up really good, Loctite it, and then we'll be back as soon as the Loctite's dry, and we'll do a little flipping. Okay, gang, today is the next day. We sharpened the blade, I cleaned it up, and actually Grant did a great job taking care of this thing. Now these have been out in production for quite the long time. I'll put the date that it came out on the screen, or the year, because I have no idea, but this is quite old. Now, first thing I realized is this nice sound it makes. Like, that's one thing, all high quality Ballies, they always have a nice sound to them when you do a latch drop, or when the handles just smack together real good on an aerial, stuff like that. And this, it really feels, you know, it feels like up to today's standards. It doesn't even feel like it's old or anything like that. It aged really well. Sandwich style construction usually is not my favorite, but this one, it feels pretty nice. The weight is fairly neutral. It is quite, you know, when you compare it to something like a Covenant, in your hand, you know, it definitely feels a little smaller. This will feel great in your pocket though. Definitely will fit in your pocket real nice. Okay, just doing some basic flipping right there. Okay, it actually feels weighted really nice. I was worried. Sometimes a lot of knives when they're shorter like this are a little too blade heavy. This one feels really, really well balanced. Let's see if I can do a behind the 8 ball. A lot of times behind the 8 balls are harder on knives that have shorter handles. Okay, and I actually was able to do it better first try than I thought. Usually, even on my favorite knives, that a lot of times that's not a trick I can do every try. I'm quite surprised at how well the barrel spacers carry the momentum on the handles. When I do like aerials, it doesn't feel like a handle heavy knife. No, normally handle heavy knives are a lot easier to aerial. Like this one, it doesn't, it's not hard to aerial. But yeah, I see like I overspun it there. When I do it with something like a Covenant, for example, I'm like effortless, like with aerials. This, I had to do a slight adjustment, but when I'm doing tricks like behind the 8-balls and stuff, it actually feels really nice. That might also be because this latch is so big, and it actually adds a little bit of weight to the back of the knife. So this is actually a knife too where I would definitely keep the latch on me personally. A lot of people hate latches. They think you're a noob if you use a latch. To me, it's all what you like. If you like a latch, use a latch. I almost cut myself right there. I didn't though, so that's always good. But yeah, I'm actually amazed at how old this is and how well it's held up, to today. I feel like this feels, right up there with everything else. I think it's honestly better than the Kershaw Lucha, which came out recently, has a similar type construction, similar type profile, similar type materials. Yeah, honestly, I think this is better. The one thing I don't really like is I don't like tank pins. I prefer Zen pins because tank pins can eventually fall out and stuff, and that's happened to me on a lot of, like every Baron Songs Bally I've ever had has always, had a problem with that. But these feel solid. I mean, as of right now, they're holding up good. It is, a higher end Bally, so you'd like to think they won't come loose, but you never know. That's why I just like Zen pins, because worst case with the Zen pin is you break a screw, and then you just buy a new screw, if you need to. But usually, I've had great results with Zen pins. I've never had any Zen pin screw break. No, nothing with the Zen pin ever break. So that's the one thing. But back when this thing came out, Zen pins weren't even a thing. Like, if they made a Kimura 2020 maybe. I actually think they made like a carbon fiber Kimura or something like last year or 2 years ago that I didn't even know about, that I just found out about. So if this video gets enough likes, if it does well and justifies me buying it, definitely. So if you like this, if you'd like to see more stuff like this, definitely smash that like button. But my opinion on this knife is, if you can get this at a reasonable price on the secondhand market, definitely get it. From everyone I've talked to, all the Kimuras play fairly closely to the same. The 4 through 7, I believe, are all the same but have a different blade profile. A lot of people say they're all completely identical, but honestly, the blade will make a slight difference, because if you look at like the Benchmade 4X series, the 43 and the 42 basically flip better than all the rest of them. That's an opinion half, but it's also like a general consensus. Like, everybody that flips basically agrees with that. People that like a little heavier blades, like a little blade heavier, they'll get a 47. But the 47 won't flip the same. Like some tricks will be harder. Like behind the 8-balls and stuff might be a little tricky because it won't have as much handle weight. Well, it will have as much handle weight, but it'll be counteracting with the heavier blade at the end. So blade styles do make a slight difference, whether people tell you that all the Kimuras are the same or not. I'm really glad I like this. I've always liked these clip point or Bowie style blades. This is kind of like this is kind of a weird blade style. I guess I can call it a Bowie blade, but kind of unique into its own. And it's a made in the USA knife, and there's just something nice about that. So Bradley Kimura, if you can find one of these, I don't even care which one it is. Buy any of them. If you can get it at a reasonable price, definitely worth the money. This one is obviously old, used, and it still looks like it's, a knife somebody got like a month ago. I mean, it obviously looks like it's been used, but it doesn't look like it's been beat to shit or anything like that. So, thank you guys for watching. Oh, I love that sound with the latch drops. Come on now, it sounds like a high quality knife. So, I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later, and until next time, peace out.